Hello my friend, this is Ivan Cabrera and welcome back to your digital open house Facebook marketing training. In this module, this is module number 2, I'm going to show you about the different type of objectives that are available on Facebook Ads Manager. So you can actually market for different types of things. So in order for me to do that, I'm actually going to start building a campaign. So this is where we're actually going to start building a campaign. So if you have not watched module number 1, it is very important that you go back and you go through that module, because before you even start this module, before you start doing what we're about to do, which is create an actual campaign, you need to be able to have the setup items already done, because it's just going to help you be more effective when you're launching this campaign. There's a lot of things that you need to have in place before you even get to this point right here, right now. Okay, so if you have not watched module number 1, go ahead and go to module number 1, complete those tasks, finish those, have them ready, download the checklist, make sure everything on the checklist is checked and you are ready to go, and then come back to this module and then start this module, right? So with that said, again, if you have any questions, if you get stuck on anything, either on any type of module, last module or this module, make sure you join our private Facebook group, because that's where I'm going to be answering every question that you have. That is where I'm going to be providing you with more different types of tutorials, things that are frequently asked questions, things that I see that people are getting stuck on. I'm going to be uploading more videos, doing live trainings on there on Facebook, so that I can help you get unstuck and just help you keep moving forward. All right, I have a no realtor left behind policy. I want every single one of you to succeed doing digital open house campaigns. There's no reason why you can't do that. I am basically teaching you only the necessary things that you need to be able to make this work. I'm putting everything that you don't need aside, and I'm just teaching you the exact things. I'm condensing everything and giving you exactly what it is that you need, so that you're able to get results as soon as possible without you wasting any time trying to figure out what works and what doesn't. I'm just giving you exactly, this is like a recipe. Do this, do this, do that, and boom, you're gonna get a result. All right, so make sure you join our Facebook group, because that's where you're going to get all your questions answered. You will be able to move forward. If you have any roadblocks or obstacles, then that's where you're going to be able to get through them. All right, you'll be able to see other agents also that are going through this, getting results, other people that are getting obstacles, and you can see how they're dealing with them. All right, so campaign objections. So the first thing that you have to do is choose a campaign objective. So you have different things that you can market for with Facebook advertising, right? So you have brand awareness, you could do reach, you have traffic, engagement, app installs, video views, lead generation, messages, conversions, catalog sales, store visits. Obviously, there's a lot of things that I've tried and tested with these campaign objectives, and there's only certain things that actually work in real estate, doing real estate, and there's only certain things that actually work with home buyers, or advertising properties, or advertising digital open houses, things like that, right? Or just normal open houses. Again, I've been doing this type of campaigns for the past 2 to 3 years. So there's certain things, there's certain objectives that work in real estate, and certain things that don't. All right, some things are not even relevant at all, so you're not going to be using them. So there's 5 things that you can actually be using in real estate that are relevant. Number 1 is traffic. The one in the top, so right in the middle column is actually what we're going to be using. Number 1 is traffic. So traffic is basically you're sending eyeballs to a landing page, to a website, to whatever it is. So it could be your property site. It could be a property site where you have information about the house. So if you just want plain exposure, you don't want to capture any leads, you can just send a lot of traffic to those people. Facebook's going to do that. It's going to send people to open up your website. All right, so that's the first thing. And then on even if you want to capture leads on that page, it could be a landing page where it could have a call to action where people can sign up for something. If you're offering something, or sign up to be able to set up an appointment to look at the house, or we have the open house details, the digital open house details on there, the link, you can do that as well, right? So that is one type of strategy. That is one type of objective that you can use. The next thing is engagement. So engagement is very similar to traffic, but in engagement, you're kind of trying to get people to interact with you. You're trying to get people to interact with something in your post. So engagement is good when you kind of have a long-term campaign that you want to be doing. That's usually when I use engagement. So because the more engagement that your post has, the higher views you're going to get, and the lower cost per lead, cost per click, cost per view is going to get. So Facebook's going to reward you if you have more engagement. So you can actually start with an engagement campaign. So that's why, again, I only use these type of campaigns if I'm doing a long term campaign. I'm promoting some type of special for home buyers. So maybe I have a brand new program that came out that is offering some type of incentive for home buyers. Sometimes there's incentive for like medical professions, things like that. So if I'm running a campaign like that is just ongoing campaign, then I'll typically do an engagement campaign first, because I want to get people to interact with the post. And then depending on what type of campaign it is, I either do engagement or I'll do traffic campaign, and then I could do one of the other ones. All right. So the next campaign that you can use is video views. So video views is basically self-explanatory. You just have a video as the creative, so the video is what's going to be showing. And video views is really awesome because you can get very cheap views, and video attracts a lot of people. So if you're using like a virtual tour, 3D tour, a drone video of the property, we use that as a creative, and you're using it maybe like a 45 or 60 second or a minute and a half or 2 minute video. I never recommend that you use a video longer than 2 minutes. The ideal is going to be around 1 minute, 45 to 60 seconds. So what Facebook's actually going to do is going to track how long people are actually watching your video. And what this is going to allow you to do, and I'll be talking about this more later down the line on the bonus video about retargeting. So you can actually create ads and show them to people after they watch your video once. You can show ads later to only certain types of people that have watched your video for a certain amount of time. So you can tell Facebook, hey, Facebook, show ads to people who have watched my video only 50% of the time, or for 30 seconds, or for 45 seconds, or people who have watched the entire video. Because I know that if somebody stuck along and watched the entire video, then they are more interested. They could be more highly prospective potential prospects, right? So video views is an awesome way for you to launch these type of campaigns, right? So that's one of my favorite ones. But the other one that is my absolute favorite is lead generation. And with lead generation, you can actually combine video views. So it's sort of like video views, so you can create a video lead generation ad. So lead generation campaigns are going to be what I'm actually going to be teaching you during this training, because that's the most effective one. Because what we want to do is generate leads, right? We want to generate phone numbers. So the lead generation kind of allows you to do the best of everything. You can get exposure at the same time. You can create a video and see what kind of people, how much of the video they've been seeing, and you can create more ads on top of that, depending on how much or how long they've seen of that video. And you're actually collecting people's information, their name, their emails, their phone numbers, and you can follow up with them through all those different types of channels of marketing, right? So the other thing that you could do is a message campaign, where you can entice people, or you can incentivize people to actually send you a message. So sending a message, if you have maybe an open house campaign about a digital open house, then people can start asking you about how much the house is worth, or you can set it in a way where you can use an automated Facebook Messenger system, where when somebody sends you a message, you're gonna automatically message them back with a link for the property website. And as soon as somebody messages you, you basically capture that person. You're able to market for them. You will be able to market to them over and over again, right? So you can use all those types of marketing objectives. So those are Facebook objectives that you're able to do. So once again, there's traffic, there's engagement, there's video views, there's lead generation, and messages. Those are the 5 campaigns that I typically use in real estate. But when I'm starting out, if you're starting out with campaigns, I would only do lead generation campaigns, because you want to try to get contact information, you want to try to get phone numbers, you want to try to get emails, and you want to try to get exposure at the same time. You can do that with lead generation campaigns, right? So different campaigns are going to be different costs as well. So that's one of the things that you want to also keep in mind. So those are the 5 types of campaign objections: traffic, engagement, video views, lead generation, and messages. All right, so just so you keep that in mind. So I'm actually going to start a real campaign on our Facebook Ads Manager, so that you can see exactly how to choose a campaign objection, how to choose a campaign objective, and how to get started creating a campaign and building a campaign. All right, so let me go ahead and exit out of presentation mode, and I'm going to go to my Facebook page. Okay, so right here, I'm actually on my Facebook newsfeed. This is my personal Facebook newsfeed right here, right? All right, so let me see. Yeah, this is a sponsored ad right here. So let me just see if I can make this smaller. There it is, maybe a little bit bigger. Okay, so do you see right here? This is a Facebook video ad right here. So when I'm scrolling down my newsfeed, you know, my friends are posting things, people that you know, groups that I'm a part of are posting things, and I'm seeing things right here. Different types of pages are, you know, they're posting things, and I'm seeing them right here. So every time I go on Facebook and I'm scrolling down, I'm gonna have ads like this. So this is the type of ads that you're gonna create. You know, somebody's scrolling down their newsfeed, checking to see what their friends are doing, what, you know, other things are happening, things that they're involved in are happening. Then they're gonna see these type of ads. You know, this is a video ad. There's the content up here of what the video is about, and then there's the name of the page. This is the page, the actual business page. So on module number 1, when I ask you to create a business page, that's why it's very important, because the name of the business page is going to show right here, and then the actual image of the picture of the business page. So if you have your picture as a profile, your personal profile, your professional picture, then your face is going to be here. So that's very important, because you're going to start creating branding for yourself. All right, so you're going to have the content right here, the actual creative, the video or the picture, whatever it is, and then you're going to have a title and a call to action, and then you're going to have a button for you to actually, you know, either learn more information or go get the information that you are offering. All right, so the first thing that you want to do is you want to create an ad. So you're going to go to the upper right hand side, click on create right here, and then click on add right here. So you're going to click an ad, and the very first time you do that, it's going to ask you to create an ad manager account. All right, so once you do that, just follow the steps. It's very simple, and once you create that, you'll be able to get to this page right here. But let me go ahead and show you how exactly it's going to look on your end. So I'm going to go to the business page manager. So let me show you what it's going to look like after you join. So I have different ad accounts. So you know, what you want to do first is create your ad account. So that's what the process that you're going to go through, and it's going to allow you to go into your ads manager. So for example, I'm going to go into this page right here, this ad manager account right here, and then you're going to come to this page right here. This one right here is going to look like this. So you'll be able to create a campaign by clicking here on create. As soon as you hit create, the green button, then you're going to get to this page right here. Right, so you see how I did that? So now you're going to be on this page where you can actually start the actual campaign. This is where you can choose the campaign objective that I was talking to you about. All right, so it's going to say create new. You're going to choose the campaign objection. So once again, what I'm going to teach you today is how to do a lead generation campaign, because we want to generate contacts. So all you got to do is click on lead generation campaign, and then it's going to ask you to name the campaign. So all you got to do is, I always leave it at lead generation, because I want to be able to tell what kind of campaign it is that I'm running. So if I'm running a lead generation campaign, I will put lead generation campaign, and it automatically populates that in there when you choose that. If it's a message campaign, I'll leave message and then I'll add more information. So for example, for this lead generation, I'll always do I'll leave a lead generation and I always type in the address. So let's say I do 12345 Main Street and then Riverside. All right. So I always want to know what city I'm doing the campaign on, and I want to know the address, the exact address where I'm doing the campaign, because if I see it from an overview level, which I'm going to show you towards the end, I want to be able to tell which campaign is for which property. You know, once you start getting multiple listings and you start advertising different types of properties, you need to be able to tell right away which one is which. All right, so you got to make sure you stay organized, and this is how we're able to stay organized, by actually entering the address of the property. Right, I want to know which city and I want to know which address, because I want to know how to market from there. All right, so you can create A/B tests. So this is on the split testing module. I'll show you how to use this on the split testing module. At the very beginning, I do not recommend you do any A/B tests. You know, don't test anything until you first start getting a little bit of results, until you do exactly as I tell you, because the campaigns that I'm showing you how to launch is actually skipping you all the testing that I've done already for the past years to be able to get to this point. I'm saving you at least 2 to 3 years worth of testing, worth of making mistakes, worth of spending money and doing a lot of training to be able to perfect a campaign that you can get results on in just a couple hours after being live. All right, so I'm just teaching you exactly what already works. After you learn the process and you know what's already working, then you can start testing a few things here and there, because every market is going to be different. So you can start testing different things here and there after you know you're already getting some kind of results. All right, because with the way that I'm teaching you, you're already going to get results. All right, this has worked in every single market, but in some markets could work better than others. So that's where the split testing is going to come in, and that's going to be another module towards the end. But you don't have to worry about that at the split testing right now. Then campaign budget optimization, I'm going to leave it on, because what this is going to allow you to do is it's going to allow you to optimize the money, the budget that you have on a campaign level. So there's different things. Facebook's always changing things around. So there's some days when I wake up and there's something that's not even there anymore, or there's something that wasn't there yesterday, and then 5 days later it comes back and pops up, or 5 days later it's gone again. So Facebook's always testing different things. It's always changing things as well. So you know, that's one of the things. That's why you always have to stay up to date and, you know, babysit your campaigns, make sure that everything's going well, that you're getting results, because things are constantly changing with Facebook. All right, so you want to keep it on campaign budget optimization, because when you start split testing, you're gonna start testing different ads. And for let's say for example that you have let's say $20 budget a day that you want to spend. If you don't do campaign optimization and you split test another campaign, then you're gonna be spending $20 on one campaign and $20 on another campaign. And then if you are, you know, if you don't do campaign budget optimization, and if, let's say you're just doing one campaign and you have different ads that you're testing, and one is doing better than the other one, then you're going to be spending the same amount of money on each. With campaign optimization on, what Facebook's going to say is it's going to look at it and say, well, this ad is actually generating more leads, so let's put a little bit more money on that ad instead of the other one. So that's what campaign optimization is actually going to help you do. All right, so campaign budget, this is where we're going to figure out how much we want to spend a day. So actual amount spent daily may vary. So sometimes Facebook will not spend everything, but trust me, Facebook is pretty good at spending your money. So whatever you put here, you should assume that it's going to get spent. All right. So again, if you're brand new on a very tight budget, start with $5 a day. All right, $5 a day is enough for you to start getting exposure and start getting this thing going. All right, if you already have experience with this, I would go up to $15. You know, and I normally don't spend even more than $15 unless for some reason an agent calls me and says, hey, I just got a listing, I can only do 3 days of advertising. So then I'll go say, okay, but you have to do at least 25 bucks, and then I'll put 25 bucks and I'll get a lot of exposure right away. But if you have time, you should always try to schedule a campaign to be at least 7 to 10 days before, because sometimes Facebook is slow at approving your campaigns, and it could take a day or two to just get approved, especially at the very beginning. After a while, Facebook will automatically just activate and approve your campaigns right away. But there's certain times where it's taking me 2 to 3 days because sometimes I do something wrong or Facebook changes something, and I don't know how to actually correct it, or that happened to me a lot when they started removing a lot of targeting options. They have special limitations for housing campaigns, so when it's something related to housing, you have to be more careful. They have more regulation, more requirements. So talking about housing, I'm gonna go up here, right here, something I forgot, because once Facebook kind of realizes that it's related to housing, this thing is gonna pop up right here. So this is gonna say special ad category. So what I'm gonna do is click on here where it says I'm creating a campaign for ads in a special category, and you're gonna see the special ad categories. So whenever you're launching a campaign, when you're creating an ad related to credit, employment, or housing, you have to select this box right here, or your ad will not get approved. All right, so make sure you select housing and make sure that this box is selected. When you do this, it's actually going to limit the targeting. Facebook got rid of a lot of targeting that we were able to do back then, which was really awesome. It was a lot better, but still, even then, it's still a really good marketing platform for us to use, and it's still the cheapest and fastest way for us to generate the highest quality leads possible on the internet. All right, so make sure housing is selected, make sure the check mark, the box is checked, and make sure you have the lead generation. When you go back, you got the title, the address and city of the property, the type of campaign that we're doing. Split test is off for now, and then campaign budget optimization is on. And then you have your campaign budget right here. So $5 a day minimum. What I always recommend, if it's a property that it's normal, that I've been doing this for a little while, I always start with $10. So $10 is something that I already know this ad is gonna work. I don't need to prove myself that this ad is gonna work. So I usually do $10, and I'll do for 7 to 14 days minimum. 7 to 14 days minimum. Average is 10 days. So I always like to do 10 days. That's kind of where I try to stick on 10 days of marketing. So if we do 10 days times $10, that's $100. So $100 is what I'm looking to spend bare minimum when I'm listing a campaign. When I'm doing a brand new house, when I list a house, I always spend at least $100. So $100 is not a lot of money. If you create, with the exposure that I can get with $100, it's probably going to be around close to 5,000 people. So in order for me to print 5,000 postcards, if I wanted to do direct marketing to 5,000 potential people around the radius of where that property is listed, if I wanted to reach 5,000 people, then it would cost me approximately 50 cents to $1 per postcard. So let's say you do small postcards, the cheapest one, and they cost you 50 cents. Then if you do 5,000, you're going to spend $2,500 on that campaign, versus right here, I can reach on Facebook in just a matter of a couple of days with a $10 budget. With $100, I can reach 5,000 people, potentially, approximately 5,000 people. Please keep in mind, just one disclaimer, keep in mind that Facebook's always changing things. These platforms are never 100% reliable or accurate. There's always things changing. So whatever I say, don't take it to heart. That's why you have to constantly be involved with this type of campaigns, because things are always changing. I've said that a couple of times already. But so don't, make sure that if I say something, make sure you try it first and find out for yourself before you actually take that to heart, because I don't want you to sending me a support ticket and telling me, hey, you said this and it's not showing that. So I'll help you get through it. Definitely, if something is not working the way that I taught you, that I showed you, it's probably because there was a change made and there's something that changed, and I'll definitely help you get through it. But please don't call me all mad telling me that you know, my training is not as I'm showing it right now, and it doesn't work. All right, so just wanted to keep that in mind with Facebook. That's one of the challenges that we have with Facebook, that things are always changing, and not just Facebook. You know, Google is always making changes also. We're creating Google PPC ads, but that's a different type of training, right? So once you have that, all you got to do is click on continue, and now you're done with your objective page. Now you know exactly what you're going to target. Now you know what type of campaign, what type of objective, what type of end result you want to get. We know that already. The next thing is going to be the targeting phase. So that's going to be the next video. So far, that's all you need to have set up right now. So on the next video, I'll pick up on this training on this page right here, so you know exactly how to get that targeting done. All right. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate you. And make sure you go out there and take massive imperfect action. Even if it's not perfect, imperfect action is better than no action at all. Go ahead and take action. And if you have any questions, just like always, post them on our private Facebook group, and I'll make sure and answer those questions. All right. And there's no realtor left behind with my training. You're going to succeed. You're going to have massive exposure with your open house campaign. It's going to help you generate home buyer leads. It's going to help you convert more sellers, because sellers are going to be blown away by the marketing that you do with their property, by the exposure that you do for their property, and you're going to get a lot more listings, a lot more home buyers, and a lot more money in your bank account. All right. Thank you for watching. I appreciate you. I'll see you on the next training, module number 3, where I'll be teaching you about targeting. Take care, and see you in the next video.